What's up everybody, Dirtbag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. Today we are going over 5 tips to get you stronger at this game. That's how simple it's going to be. Tip number 1, we're getting right into it. We're going to go over strong campaign farmer. That's the tip number 1. Now if you're new to this game, you're probably like, what the hell is a strong campaign farmer? What I mean by that for all the guys who are middle to late game is you need somebody to farm this stage on Brutal 3 as fast and efficient as possible. Now my strong campaign farmer happened to be Bellower. I made a video on him the other day, but my campaign farmer does it in around 6 to 7 seconds. Here's an example. So when I hit start, I got my guy who's leveling up to 60, and I'm doing all my waves. He's an AoE nuker, right? Just AoE, AoE, AoE. He gets it done in 7 seconds. Alright, consistent 7 seconds, sometimes 6 seconds, but consistently 7 seconds. I can put my auto clicker on this and just kind of have it run it through all the time, just kind of farming up, or I can do my 30 runs and kind of edit out my team whenever they level up to 30, 40, but I can at least put my level 4s in here, my 4 stars, so 3 4 stars, and I can put it on auto for a while and know that I'm not going to waste my experience points by doing that. Alright, so the first tip of getting stronger is making sure that you really focus on a good, consistent, reliable campaign farmer. Kale, Bellower, even some green dudes that I know can do it really, really fast. I know I was going to level up this guy, but I don't really need to, is him. He's got an AoE A1 that if you build him enough DPS and crit damage, he can then just kill the waves. Another guy would be the Demon Spawn, Blue, this guy, Fellhound. He's got an AoE that he kind of just nukes everybody down. Anybody that has like an AoE that can just kind of go through the waves consistently, you know is going to be really good for your campaign farmer. Alright, so the first tip, again, is just making sure that your campaign farmer is going to be as good and efficient and fast as possible. And why do you need that? The best way to kind of build up strength is saving as much silver and getting as many good artifacts as possible. If you have a really good campaign farmer that's really quick, you can use them in other stuff like your dungeons. So leveling up your Dragon's Lair, getting up to at least, when you start getting the 6 stars, which I think is right here, level 13, it's a blue, so it happened to be blue. You can put your campaign farmer to kind of help you get through all the waves and get to the dragon to get good gear and level up your account. Speed is amazing, lifesteal is really good for the clan boss, accuracy is decent, but these 3 sets you're going to be looking for, especially speed, starting out in the game. So getting that up, saving up as much silver as possible. Why I chose Brutal 3 is because it sells for the most silver. Getting back to this, it drops a shield. The shield usually sells for more silver than all the other artifacts, and it's one less focus than the 9. I'd rather just spend 8 and consistently get the shield to sell it, right? So you're going to get consistent HP or experience, you're going to get consistent silver, and you're going to sell it every single time. If I go back to this and I do another 7-second run, at the end of it, you can either sell it right there or save them all up and then sell them all at the same time once they're in your vault. But you're going to be able to save a lot of silver, or save up a lot of silver. So I got 11k there. Plus, I'll be able to sell this 3-star for another 5k, so that's 16k right there of silver for one 7-second run. Keep doing that over and over, you're just going to be saving up silver and silver, silver. Alright, so that's the first thing to focus on to build up your account, is make sure you have a really, really good campaign farmer. Consistent, you don't want them dying every now and then. It's going to give you a lot of these too, which you can use for food. So it definitely helps getting a lot of these in your campaign to level up for food. Alright, so there you go, that's the first one. The second tip, alright, for this to build up your account is to focus on one champion at a time. My biggest mistake getting through this game was spreading out in a huge web of wasting so many resources and assets leveling up my champions too soon. I would level up champions just because they're epics. I would level up champions just because I got a legendary. It's like, oh my god, I'm going to level this guy up. Prime example would probably be this guy. Like, I leveled him up to 50, I leveled him up to 50, I leveled him up to 50. Like, I don't need to put these guys at 50. They can stay at 40, 50, like, they can stay where they're at because I'm probably never going to use them. This girl, I got her and leveled her up to 60 because everybody else did. I was like, oh, let me do it. This guy's same exact thing. This guy's same exact, like, I leveled all these guys up for no apparent reason. This girl, I leveled up to 60 because everybody else leveled her up to 60. I wasted my materials, I wasted my resources. I never used this person after that. Faction Wars, that's about it, but I really want to replace her. She's really good for like clan boss, that's about it. But if I focus on one person at a time, I get to make sure my resources are used diligently. So going from level 1 to 60, I'm going to level up to probably 50 and then make sure I have the food to get him up to 60. So example, Baron, I just leveled him up to 6-star the other night. I'm not going to put him into more experience until I farm my masteries. I know I'm going to use him endgame content, so I'm going to level him up based off of my Minotaur lab. So I got to make sure my experience boost is used, so I use that. And then I get down to level 15, and I usually either 1 or 2 man this, and I put him in there. So if I just 1-man with Bad L, I think it's just him, I don't know if I 1-man him. But if I 1-man with Bad L, and I just run with Baron, Baron's going to get a lot more experience because it's only these two. He's not going to get any experience, but he's going to get some experience. It's double because of the double experience, and he's leveling up his masteries. By the time he gets all of his masteries, like good to go, at least down to War Master, or whatever I'm going to use him in, he's probably going to be level 53 to 57, maybe 58. And then once he's up there, I'll just level up to 60 with my Bellower, and then he's good to go. But I'm not wasting resources because he's leveling up while getting resources at the same time. I'm getting silver, I'm getting experience, and I'm getting my masteries all at the same time. I only do this method if there's no tournaments that I need to do, and there's no fusion going on. If there's a fusion going on or a tournament that I'm excited for, like the spiders or potentially the dragon or arena or whatever it may be, I'm not going to do my masteries. I'm going to save my masteries for when I'm not doing anything in the game. And right now there's nothing going on. Like there's no crazy events. I think it's a training event, which I already used all my resources to get my guys leveled up. So I don't have any more guys to level. It's really just Baron. So there's nothing going on, so I'm going to go into Minotaur and I'm going to level up my Baron and I'm going to get my resources or my things at the same time. So only focus on one champion getting up to 60 at a time. Don't go all to 50 and then all to 60 trying at the same time. You're going to waste so many resources and get so frustrated that you're not progressing as fast. So one guy at a time, once you get to another 60, it's going to push your account. You get another 60, it's going to push your account. You get another 60, it's going to push your account. 5 60s, you're almost endgame, depending on which guys you level up to 60. My third rule to get your account stronger, planning ahead. Masteries, we already went over how to plan ahead for masteries. Gear, tombs, extensions, energy, thinking champ. So like, there's so many things to plan ahead in this game. You're never not doing something. I love this game because you're always doing. I'm literally not on this all day, but enough of the day that I can say I invest a lot of my time in this game, like a lot. It's either up in my background, it's on my phone. If I'm in a presentation, I got my autoplay going in my phone. I'm always doing something to make sure that I'm consistently not wasting my resources, because resources are very hard to come by in this game. And it's not like an AK arena game where you can just walk away and be good to go. You need to put time into the game to invest and grow into the game. So first thing is planning ahead. I was going to do a whole separate video on this of planning out energy. So planning ahead my energy rules. You never want to sit at 130. Like anytime you wake up in the morning, you want to try and start using energy as soon as possible because you're going to get it back the fastest. Then you're going to use the arena tokens because I think every arena token is like an hour to reset, one arena token. These you're fine with, and then the clan boss. So the things that you get constantly, like every couple minutes, hours, whatever, you're going to be using consistently so that way you're not losing it. So planning ahead, I mean by this, I can get all this stuff. Usually I save that for like the next day, but I'm saving this. I don't need to use it right now. I'm not doing anything, I'm making a video, so I don't need to click that and have this go above 130 and kind of just sit there. So I'm going to save that. I'm also going to save, I usually save the arena for the next day. I would save this. I would do my 5 arena things, and I would just keep this there until I actually need it. But obviously you want to use it before the 24 hours is up, before the next day. So I usually try and save all my stuff until like the next day or a tournament's coming up. And if I know that tournament's coming up tomorrow, I'm going to save all of my energy as much as possible for tomorrow. Go in, click on all the energy. I have 1,000 energy sitting there. Then I can do all my tournament things, right? Advanced Quest, same thing. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save this one. And that's really everything you need to save in here, because I don't really do the 3v3 as much. I don't care about that. But this and the other energy I'm saving there. The weekly, very important to save this. I try and get this up to 5, and then I don't click it yet. And why do I do that is because I don't want to waste this day experience until I'm ready to use it, or I'm about to finish my daily the next day. So let's say this was up to 5, right? So I'm at 4 today. Let's say this was at 4. Once I finish all this, this would be 5. I'm able to claim it, all right? I'm not going to claim it because I don't need it yet. So then I can go a whole nother day. We'll get all of this done, save this, so all these will be accepted, have this left, and once I go back here, I'm then going to click go, claim it, all of this resets, and then I go back to my daily, and then I claim this, and then claim this. This goes back to 1 now. So it's almost like I didn't even skip a day. It went from 5 to then 1 again already, and I have 2 extra things in here where if I upgrade a champion to rank 4 pretty easily, and upgrade an artifact to rank 12 also pretty easy. That's 2 extra things that I have for a tournament. I'm not going to use these unless it's for a tournament or an event going on for like a fusion or something. I'm always going to save these for something special. I'm not going to use these just to level up for the day, like stupid. This is daily, so this you can use, every day. This thing, same thing. Monthly, it's harder to save up because you need 2 artifacts level 16, and you need to complete Classic 150 times in the arena. So these you can do and then kind of just keep it there for a while, because you're not going to do, this is going to be monthly, it's going to be a very long time. But that's kind of how I'm trying to save up my energy as efficient as possible. Planning ahead with your keeps. Sorry, so let's go back to this. You want to plan ahead in your dungeons and do the keeps. If you have nothing going on, which right now I have nothing going on, so I'm either going to do Minotaur or these Arcane keeps. These ones you want to be doing as much as possible until you have enough resources saved up. This one you can do any day. This you don't have to plan, you kind of just do it any day, but you got to make sure you have enough potions to ascend your champions. If I'm working on 160 and I know he's a void, I have to make sure I have enough voids, which I think I do. I just need more Arcane keeps. So I'm going to focus on him on Minotaur rather than doing the void, because I already have the void. So I'm going to do Minotaur and then Arcane keep, because I can do that any day. But if I had a red champion that I was leveling up, I would do this mixed with the Minotaur. So I would do this when it's up, because it's up now, so I would just do this. Once this is on cooldown, I'd do the Minotaur. But how many reds do I have? I have 1 red. 24, 498. So I need at least 20 reds, 15, 20 reds to be like, okay, I'm good, right? So I would definitely have to level this, but my Baron is a void, so I need voids. So void's on cooldown, I'm doing Minotaur. If void was up, I would do void. So that's kind of how to prepare for those. The masteries, I already told you how to do masteries. You don't want to do masteries until you're leveling up to 60. Tombs, be careful with tombs. I wish I knew this with the tombs. I wasted so many tombs in the beginning on like my Kale and blues. Like I would be like, oh, my Aethel, she's going to be amazing. Let me get her skills up. Let me ascend. Not ascend, let me upgrade her skills. Oh my god, look how many tombs I have. And I would use legendary tombs on my Kale. You know how many like epics and legendary tombs you get like when you start the game and level up and you have a ton like free stuff? That's what I did. Don't do that. Make sure that you're only using your tombs for endgame guys. People that you know are like, alright, this guy's going to be used all the freaking time. Even my Arbiter. Look at, I use my Arbiter all the time. How many tombs did I use on her? None. I don't need to. Like, she's my arena champ that if I don't go first, I die. So, in dungeons, the waves go within 2-3 turns, so I don't need to res like all these people. So I'm not wasting my tombs on these. You can be more cautious with, or careful with like these guys, because I have 215 of these things. I don't care about these. You get these like for sneezing and like, oh, here's a rare tomb. Thanks, player. But the epic's a little bit harder to get. So there's so many epics in the game that you're like, crap, who am I going to focus the epics on? End game stuff. So the epics that I used it on were like Cardinal, Basher I didn't, Seer I think I did. Anybody you need like to get the cooldown down, like for like a clan boss or something like that, then you want to, or up the percentage, like a 80% to 100%, that's when you want to use the tomb. But other than that, like draw, like I got this up to level 3 turn cooldown, and then that's it. I stopped using the tombs because I got what I needed. Out of him, I needed this to be 3, good to go. Stop using the tombs. You don't have to go full tombs. Only get it down to 3. If this was the first 2 tombs that I used, I would have stopped. I didn't need any of this crap. Extra damage, I don't care. Extra damage, don't care. I just needed this. So saving your tombs for specific people that you need, and for champions that you know you're going to use endgame. If I have a rare champion like Doom Priest, and I used my tombs on her, I'd be mad. I know you only need 5 tombs on her, but I don't care about these at all. So if I use legendary tombs on her, I'd punch myself, right? The rares, use as many tombs you want. Who cares? Just only use the rare tombs. Don't use epics or legendaries. Only use the rares, because you can get a million of these things. Like they are so easy to come by. All right. So we went over energy, tombs, thinking champs of the week, ascension, masteries. So we're doing gear. Don't waste silver on leveling up to 16. I just did a whole video on what gear to level up to 16 and what not. Only level up to 16 if you have really good specific percentage gears. You have boots that are 40 or 45 boots speed, and that's about it. Go watch that video on the gear because it's definitely good. But also a hint on preparing is if you have an event coming up like a artifact enhancement event, level your gear up to 15 that you know you're going to want to get to 16 and keep it at 15. Once the artifact enhancement comes around, go to your level 15 gear, level up to 16, boom, that's an extra 360 points right there. You're already first in the artifact enhancement event. It's great. It's a little hint that I use to get all those artifact enhancements, especially for the summoning events. I only upgrade my gear unless it's a summoning event or artifact enhancement event. So, guys, that was number 2. That was number 3. That was a lot. Number 3. Number 4, we are going to go over tombs, very limited. Alright, so number 4, we're going to go over masteries, level up any champion, 1 free reset. Okay, so masteries. Don't put your masteries in until you're ready. This is going to help you limit your diamonds and also limit your resets, because let's say I go to my Baron, I'm leveling him up to 60. I don't have all the masteries yet, but look, I'm leveling up my masteries first before I go into what I'm going to do, because I don't even know what I'm going to do with this guy. I'm probably going to do offense, definitely, and then I don't know if I'm going to do defense or support. Probably defense, because he doesn't have any accuracy that he needs, so I might just do the defensive tree, right? So it's probably going to be these 2. I just don't know what sets I'm going to go down, and you can always go to a lot of websites that give you the masteries as like, they show you this and you can kind of create your own mastery builds for free. That way you know exactly what not to click on and what to click on, stuff like that. Now, you get 1 free reset. Now, let's go to this guy. If I wanted to reset, I'm trying to be careful. I can reset once for free. That's for every single champion you have. If you reset and then you try again, and you're like, all right, I don't like this build either, or this champion got a buff, I need to redo my cooldowns, it's going to cost you 150 diamonds to reset your masteries. So making sure that you plan ahead when it comes to doing your masteries and getting all your masteries done the way you want it to be done, then you can go in and kind of do all that. So saving 150 diamonds every single time is going to definitely be good, especially for free-to-play players. Now guys, my last hint, I mean there's so many hints for this game, but my last tip, my tip number 5, is work with what you got. Now some other people might say this, but I definitely believe in it, because don't wait for voids to come along and hope that you get a champion. If you've watched any of my videos, sorry, I have to drink for this one. If you watched any of my summoning videos, I've begged for a Madame Ceres for over a year now. It's almost a year and a half, almost 2. I still don't have one. Skull Crown. Do I have a Skull Crown? Hell no. I don't have a Skull Crown. Do I have a Martyr? Do I have any other counterattack champion? No. I have like 8 Skull Crushers. No other counterattack champion. There are so many champions in this game that I would love to have, but I don't have them. I was given what I was given. Everything else I worked for. Everything else was either farmed, fusioned. That was about it. Farmed or fusion. But every fusion event now, I try and at least get the champion, just because you don't know if they're going to get a buff in the future. Like I think all the champions that just came out recently, I try to get her. Who else? Whatever. You know all the champions. Sorry, I try to get all the champions that just recently came out, because I never know if they're going to be good or not. Him, got him, got Witch Arm. Nobody else. But yeah, I got all these champions just because I didn't know if they were going to be good or not. But if you have all rares, right, and you don't have any epics or legendaries yet, I know you're going to get them, but work with the specific people that you got. Level up the 60s that you, one at a time, that you know are going to get your endgame. Kales, Cold Hearts, Apothecaries, like these rares that are going to be there for you, with you the whole time. It's okay, work with them. Look at all the blues that I have at level 60, because I use them a lot. So if you have these guys, work with it. Don't wait till you get the Arbiter. Don't wait till you get the Bad L. Don't wait till you get the Rotos. Like, of course you're going to want these guys, but they're not going to be the end-all, be-all enjoying of this game. You enjoy the game just by grinding. If all you guys are playing this game, it's because you like the thrill of the RPGs and the grinding and the putting in work to see your accomplishments at the end. PvP is probably the best example of that, where, alright, I worked my ass off to get these, and I leveled up the gear, and it's hilarious when you go into the arena and it just wrongful stomp everybody, just because you worked your ass off to do it, especially if you're free to play. Congratulations to all you guys who are free to play, or just casual raiders. Like, you worked hard for being a casual raider. I know I did. So work with what you have. That's probably the best suggestion that you can do if you're going to enjoy the game. I'm stressed out every time I pull voids because I want that Madame Ceres. Of course, there's going to be another rare that comes out that's going to be better than her. But for now, I want one, but I'm not going to wait my whole account just to get one. I'm going to work with what I got, which what I got is Prince Kymars. So they're my debuffers and my seer. They're the ones that strip buffs. Those are the only guys I have that can strip buffs. So that's what I work with. Then eventually I got a Basher to kind of get rid of those guys and just kind of put everything on cooldown. So instead of working for like a manual team in PvP, I now have an auto team in PvP that I don't need a map. Excuse my life. F Madam, I'm going to use my Basher, who's also a void and an epic, and he's awesome. I got 2 of them now. But again, there's no guarantee. This whole game's RNG. So you can spend all the money in the world to get as many voids. I think I spent $50 to get more voids, and it was such a waste because you know I still don't have a map. I keep saying. But guys, the 5 tips. Let's go over them again. First one: strong campaign farmer. Make sure you have that campaign farmer. It's going to get you all the experience and silver consistently within 6-7 seconds. Number 2, focus on one champ at a time. We went over that a lot. Make sure that you're doing one champ at a time, including the masteries that you really want to get up. Planning ahead, making sure that everything you're planning ahead for that specific champion is going to work out. Make sure you have enough dungeons, gear that you're going to get, ready to go for that guy. Tombs are very limited. They're permanent. Once you put them on, you can't take them out. So it's very hard to buy tombs in this game. They're very expensive. Masteries, don't level them up too soon. If you reset them, they're 150 diamonds after the free reset. And finally, work with what you got. So guys, I appreciate the time. If this helped you out, hit the like at the bottom. Thanks for clicking on the video. enjoy, you know, every minute of playing this game. I know I do. Good luck with everything, and I'll see you in another video soon.